How to get anything you want. Sounds like a big promise, doesn't it? But I will reveal a secret. The answer lies in just one word: ask. If you look at my notes, you will see only one word written in big letters: ask. That's it. You might think, really? Is it that simple? But don't jump to the conclusion that this seminar will end early. Because, as the Bible says, ask and you shall receive, Matthew 7 verse 7. Asking is not just an action, but the key to opening the door to opportunities you never thought of. Think about this. What do you want in life? A better job? A happy relationship? Or simply a memorable vacation? Whatever it is, the first step to achieving it is to ask. Asking is like pressing the start button on a machine. When you ask, you activate a process, a mental and emotional process that brings you closer to your goal.
How to get anything you want. Sounds like a big promise, doesn't it? But I will reveal a secret. The answer lies in just one word: ask. Yes, ask. 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 If you look at my notes, you will see only one word written in big letters: ask. That's it. You might think, really? Is it that simple? But don't jump to the conclusion that this seminar will end early. Because, as the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. Matthew 7 verse 7. Asking is not just an action, but the key to opening the door to opportunities you never thought of. Think about this. What do you want in life? A better job? A happy relationship? Or simply a memorable vacation? Whatever it is, the first step to achieving it is to ask. Asking is like pressing the start button on a machine. When you ask, you activate a process, a mental and emotional process that brings you closer to your goal.
A short story on the power of asking. I'd like to share a small story with you. When I was a student, I greatly admired a professor at my school. He was leading a research project that I longed to join. But I was too shy to approach him and ask, "Teacher, can I participate in this project?" Eventually, a friend of mine, braver than I, stepped forward and asked that very question. The result? He was accepted, while I stood on the sidelines, filled with regret. The lesson I learned is this: if you don't ask, you won't receive. So, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever missed an opportunity simply because you didn't dare to ask? Maybe it was a question in class, a chance for a promotion, or even asking someone out on a date. What happened? And more importantly, what will you do differently in the future? Today, we will explore the art of asking intelligently and with confidence, so you can open new doors and turn your dreams into reality. Be ready, because with just one well-placed question, you can change your entire life. The power of asking, the first step to achieving your goals. Asking is not just a simple action. It is the first step to achieving what you want in life. When you ask, you activate a unique mental and emotional process that brings you closer to your goal. Think of it as pressing a button to start a machine of success. Once you press the button, the machine starts working and opportunities begin to appear. Imagine you want to ask for a promotion at your company. Before asking, you need to clarify, which position do you want? Why do you deserve it? How will you present your idea to your boss? This thought process helps you focus, organize your ideas, and communicate effectively. That is the mental part of asking. It forces you to clearly define what you want. The emotional power of asking and the value of feedback. But that's not all. Emotionally, asking can be a challenge. Who among us hasn't felt anxious when having to ask for something important? You might fear rejection or being judged. But here's the great thing. Every time you overcome your fear and dare to ask, you become stronger and more confident. Asking is a way for you to practice resilience and decisiveness. Moreover, when you ask, you open up the opportunity to receive feedback. Whether the answer is yes or no, you learn something. If your boss says, "Not yet," you can ask further, "What do I need to do to be ready?" That feedback is gold, helping you adjust and improve. You don't need to understand every detail of how this process works. There's a saying I really like. Some people spend their whole lives studying the roots, while others just pick the fruit. Be the one who picks the fruit. Don't get bogged down in overanalysis. Just take action by asking. The power of asking. Stories of transformation. To illustrate the power of asking, Let's hear the story of Steve Jobs. At just 12 years old, young Steve called Bill Hewlett, the co-founder of Hewlett-Packard, to ask for some electronic components for his project. What do you think happened? Not only did he receive the components, but Jobs was also invited to work at HP during the summer. A simple question from a young boy opened the door to great opportunities, laying the foundation for his remarkable career later in life. Or consider a more relatable situation. Suppose you're working in a team and struggling with a task. If you ask a colleague, "Can you guide me on how to do this part?" you not only complete the task but also learn a new skill and build a better relationship. A small question can lead to significant results. As Nora Roberts once said, "If you don't ask, the answer is always no." Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Every time you ask, you're starting a process that could change your life. So, dare to ask and see what wonders unfold. Listen to this. Receiving is natural. Receiving is automatic. When you ask, you open the door to receiving what you want. It's like pressing the button to call an elevator. The door will open, and you just need to step inside. But if you don't press the button, you'll stand there forever, waiting for something that will never come. Now, think about this. Opportunities are everywhere. Success is not something scarce. It's like a vast ocean, full of possibilities. But what's the problem? The problem isn't a lack of opportunities. The problem is not asking. Not asking. That's the main reason many people miss out on what they deserve. Let me tell you a story. There was an employee named Nam. Nam worked hard, always completed his tasks on time, and was well liked by his colleagues. But Nam had a habit. He never wrote down his goals, nor did he ever share with his boss that he wanted a promotion. He thought, "If I do a good job, my boss will notice and reward me." Meanwhile, Lon, a colleague who joined the company at the same time as Nam, was equally hardworking. But Lon was different in that she regularly met with her boss to share her career goals. She asked, "Sir, what do I need to do to be considered for the team leader position?" She wrote down her goals and sought feedback to improve. Then one day, the company announced a new team leader position. Lon immediately met with her boss, expressed her desire to take on the role, and explained why she was a good fit. And Nam? He continued to work hard but said nothing, waiting to be discovered. Guess who got the promotion? Lon, because she asked. She made her desires clear. This story is not just an example. It is backed by real data. According to a survey by PayScale, Raise Anatomy, about 70% of people who asked for a raise received some form of increase, while only 1/3 of those who did not ask received an automatic raise. This means that if you don't ask, you are significantly reducing your chances. The value of asking, even rejection brings growth. And here's the important thing. Asking doesn't mean you'll always get exactly what you want. Sometimes you might get less, or even be rejected. But even when rejected, you still receive something valuable, feedback. For example, if you ask for a raise and your boss says, "Not yet," you can follow up with, "What do I need to do to qualify?" That feedback is gold, helping you understand how to improve and get closer to your goal. So, take a minute to think. Have you ever missed an opportunity just because you didn't dare to ask? It could be a promotion opportunity, an invitation to join a project, or even asking for help when you needed it. What happened? How did you feel? And if you could do it again, what would you ask differently? Pause. If you're sitting next to someone, share your story with them. Or just write down your thoughts. Remember, as we said from the beginning, ask and you shall receive. Not asking closes the door to your opportunities. So don't wait. Ask, and you'll see how natural receiving becomes. Success is like a vast ocean. Success is like a vast ocean that never runs dry. It's always there, ready for you to come and take your share. But be careful, don't come to the ocean with a spoon. Bring a bucket. Don't let the kids on the beach laugh at you for your tiny little spoon. As Ramana Maharshi said, if you come to the ocean with a cup, you'll only take away a cupful. If you come with a bucket, you'll take away a bucketful. This means that how much you receive depends on how much you dare to ask for. To take advantage of this abundance, you need an abundance mindset. People with an abundance mindset believe that there are plenty of opportunities, resources, and success for everyone. In contrast, a scarcity mindset makes you think that everything is limited and you have to compete to get your share. Stephen Covey, in his book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, talked extensively about the difference between these two mindsets. The power of mindset and goal setting. There is an old story about 2 salespeople who were sent to Africa to see if there was a market for shoes. The first one wrote, "There is no market because no one wears shoes." The second one wrote, "There is a huge market because no one wears shoes." The same situation, but different perspectives led to different outcomes. That is the power of mindset. Consider Elon Musk. He dared to dream of colonizing Mars, an idea that many thought was crazy. But by asking big and acting big, he is turning that dream into reality. Or J.K. Rowling, who, after being rejected dozens of times, kept asking publishers, and eventually, Harry Potter was born. Or, closer to home, perhaps you know someone in your community who started with a small shop and, by daring to dream big and ask big, grew it into a successful business. To ask effectively, you need to know what you want. That's why setting goals is important. When you write down your goals, you are asking yourself clearly. And according to a study by Dominican University, people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them than those who don't. Cultivating an abundance mindset for success. To develop an abundance mindset, you can start by using daily affirmations. For example, tell yourself, "I am open to receiving abundance," or "Every day I experience abundance." This helps you shift your perspective on the world and opens you up to new opportunities. With a bit of creativity and an open mind, you can have both security and opportunity. You don't have to choose one over the other. An abundance mindset allows you to see that both are possible. Start today. Think of a big goal you want to achieve and dare to ask for it. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Asking intelligently, the key to clarity and success. Now, let's come to the first way to ask, asking intelligently. What is asking intelligently? It's when you know exactly what you want and express it clearly and specifically. Don't just say, "I want to be successful." What is success? Is it earning more money? Is it advancing in your career? Or is it having a happy life? You have to clarify that. Think of asking like ordering food at a restaurant. If you just say, "I want to eat something," the waiter will be confused. But if you say, "I want a grilled salmon dish with mashed potatoes and a vegetable salad," they know exactly what you need. It's the same in life. When you ask specifically, you're helping yourself and others understand clearly what you want. For example, instead of saying, "I want to grow my business," say, "I want to increase sales by 20% in the next quarter by expanding into 2 new markets and launching a new product line." See? This question has a clear goal, a specific deadline, and a specific plan. That's asking intelligently. The power of specific goals and writing them down. Why is this important? Because a specific goal is like a magnet. The more detailed it is, the stronger the magnet, attracting the right people, the right opportunities, and the right resources to help you achieve what you want. When you know exactly what you want, your brain starts working. It's like a filter, helping you recognize opportunities that you might have previously overlooked. Imagine you want to buy a red car. Suddenly, you start seeing red cars everywhere. It's not because there are more red cars, but because your brain is focused on that goal. Specific goals work the same way. They help you see what you need to succeed. And here's an important tip: write down your goals. Don't just keep them in your head. When you write them down, you're turning ideas into reality. You're committing to yourself. Research from Dominican University shows that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them than those who don't. Take a piece of paper, or open your phone and write, "What do I want? When do I want to achieve it? How will I achieve it?" Make your goals come alive. The power of asking intelligently, real-life examples and research. To illustrate, let's hear the story of Jim Carrey. Before becoming a star, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services and dated it for Thanksgiving 1995. He kept the check in his wallet and visualized achieving it every day. And guess what? In 1994, he received exactly $10 million for his role in Dumb and Dumber. That's the power of asking intelligently, knowing exactly what you want and setting specific goals. Or, more relatable, think about a workplace situation. Instead of asking your boss, "Can I get a raise?" say, "Based on my performance and the industry average, I'd like to propose a 10% raise." This specific question shows that you've thought it through, and it increases the likelihood that your boss will take it seriously. Research also supports this. A meta-analysis of 83 studies found that employees who set specific, challenging goals improved their work performance by up to 16%. In another study, factory workers increased their productivity by 12 to 15% just by being given specific goals, even without financial rewards. This demonstrates the power of clarity in asking and setting goals. Try it now, make your goals specific and clear. So, let's try it right now. Think about a goal you currently have. How can you make it more specific? Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," say, "I want to run 5 kilometers in 25 minutes by the end of this year by training 3 times a week." Pause. If you're here with someone, share your specific goal with them. If not, write it down. What makes this goal important to you? Asking intelligently not only helps you get the right answer but also helps you shape the path to success. Be clear, be specific, and you'll see everything start moving in the direction you want. Asking with belief, the second way to ask. Now, we come to the second way to ask, asking with belief. What is asking with belief? It is when you trust, like a child, that you can achieve what you want. Children have a magical ability. They believe in the impossible, in grand dreams, without needing evidence or logic. They believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and in wonders. That is exactly the kind of belief you need when setting goals and asking to achieve them. But don't misunderstand. Asking with belief does not mean you just daydream and wait for miracles. You still need to plan like an adult, research, prepare, and act strategically. Adults are good at planning, analyzing, and organizing. But sometimes, they become too skeptical, letting doubts and fears hold them back. So, the formula here is, plan like an adult, but believe like a child. This combination will create magic. Think about Thomas Edison. When he began inventing the light bulb, he didn't know how many trials it would take. He and his team tried thousands of different materials for the filament, and each time they failed. But he never gave up. He believed he would find a way. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." It was that fierce belief that helped him persevere through thousands of trials and ultimately bring light to the world. The power of asking with belief. Or, let's look at a more relatable example. Imagine a young athlete, like a soccer player, who gets cut from the school team. If he believes he can become a star, he won't stop there. He will ask the coach, "What do I need to improve to make the team?" He will train harder, seek opportunities to try out for other teams, and keep asking until he reaches his goal. That belief is the driving force that helps him overcome rejection. In your own life, when you ask with belief, you don't give up easily after a rejection. You keep asking, maybe in a different way or to a different person, because you believe that eventually you will achieve what you want. For example, if you ask your boss about a promotion opportunity and get turned down, belief will push you to ask further, "What do I need to do to be ready for that position?" That feedback will guide you in the right direction. Belief is a powerful motivator. It's like fuel for your engine, helping you overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. As Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right." Your belief shapes your reality. Nurturing belief and turning dreams into reality. How can you nurture this belief? Start by recalling your small successes from the past. Perhaps you once learned a new skill, passed a tough exam, or achieved a personal goal. Each success, no matter how small, is proof that you can accomplish greater things. Visualize your goal as if it has already come true. Feel that belief deep in your heart, like a child believing in magic. Take a moment to reflect. Is there a goal you truly believe you can achieve? Picture it. Feel that belief within you. What makes you confident that you can do it? Pause. If you're with someone, share that goal with them. If not, write it down and ask yourself, what will I ask to make this goal a reality? When you combine careful planning with unwavering belief, you'll realize that nothing is impossible. Trust like a child, act like an adult, and you will turn your dreams into reality. We've talked a lot about the power of asking, how it can open up opportunities, bring you closer to your goals, and change your life. But knowing is not enough. You need to take action. So, I want to issue a call for you to start today with what you've learned. Apply this method for 90 days. I challenge you, try applying the art of asking for the next 90 days. Why 90 days? Because this is the perfect amount of time to see real results. It's long enough for you to build a new habit, create momentum, and start noticing changes, but not so long that you feel tired or lose patience. Imagine, in just 3 months, you could achieve a major goal, perhaps a better job, a deeper relationship, or simply the confidence you've never had before. It all starts with asking. So, are you ready to take on this challenge? ***. Write down your goal and how you will ask. To start, I want you to do a very simple thing. Write down your goal and how you will ask to achieve it. Don't just keep them in your head, write them down on paper or type them into your phone. When you write, be specific. What do you want to achieve? Who will you ask? How will you ask? For example, if you want a raise, write, "My goal is to get a 10% raise. I will ask my boss, based on my performance this year, can we discuss a raise?" If you want to learn a new skill, write, "My goal is to learn graphic design. I will ask my friend, can you show me how to get started with Photoshop?" Here is an easy way to do it. 1. My goal is, write what you want to achieve. 2. I will ask, write the specific question. 3. The person I will ask, write the name of the person you will talk to. This action is very powerful because it turns your dreams into a practical plan. Try it right now. It only takes 2 minutes. The world admires those who take action. Remember this, the world admires those who take action. Those who dare to ask, dare to step up, and do something to change their lives are always noticed and respected. There's a famous saying, "Fortune favors the bold." And you can absolutely be that bold person. Think about the successful people you know. They don't sit around waiting. They take action, they ask, and they're not afraid to fail. You can do the same. Just by starting with one question, you've already placed yourself among those who dare to act and dream big. Think about what you want and phrase it as a question. Now, let's practice a little. Right now, think about something you want, something you've been hesitant to ask for. It could be a higher salary, a new opportunity, or even advice from someone you admire. Then, phrase it into a specific question. For example, based on this year's performance, I would like to ask for a 10% raise. Can we discuss this? I want to join the new project. Can I contribute to the team? I want to improve my presentation skills. Can you suggest a suitable course? Take a minute to think about your question. If you are here with someone, share it with them. If not, write it down. How do you feel when you think about asking this question? What would happen if you actually asked? Start today. There is no better time to start than right now. You already have the tools, you already have the ideas, all you need is the courage to ask. Accept the 90-day challenge, write down your goals, and start asking questions. I believe you will be amazed at what you can achieve. So what are you waiting for? Go out there and ask. Here is the full English translation in a cohesive format. Then, phrase it into a specific question. For example, based on this year's performance, I would like to ask for a 10% raise. Can we discuss this? I want to join the new project. Can I contribute to the team? I want to improve my presentation skills. Can you suggest a suitable course? Take a minute to think about your question. If you are here with someone, share it with them. If not, write it down. How do you feel when you think about asking this question? What would happen if you actually asked? Start today. There is no better time to start than right now. You already have the tools, you already have the ideas, all you need is the courage to ask. Accept the 90-day challenge, write down your goals, and start asking questions. I believe you will be amazed at what you can achieve. So what are you waiting for? Go out there and ask. We've explored together the power of asking, a simple skill that can change your life. Now, let's wrap up what we've learned and turn it into action. Asking intelligently and with belief will lead you to what you want. It all revolves around one thing: Asking intelligently and with belief is the key to achieving what you desire. When you ask with clarity, specificity, and strong belief, you not only open up opportunities but also create the momentum to turn dreams into reality. Think about it. The right question asked at the right time can lead you to places you've never imagined. Start today to see amazing results. Don't hesitate any longer. Begin right now. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect. Just take a small step. Ask someone, request something, or simply state your desire clearly. You'll be amazed at what happens when you dare to act. Imagine how your life will change when you start asking. Amazing results are just one question away. Closing thought. Remember this saying, ask and you shall receive. It's that simple. That's the secret from ancient times, and it still holds true for you today. You have the power to change everything. Just dare to ask. So what are you waiting for? The world is waiting for you to speak up.